Welcome to In Touch Crime Beat. I'm Officer Don with Fayette Commonwealth's Attorney Ray Larson.
Out of jail, okay? Don't mess up.
And those are the people, those repeat offenders, the ones that go to prison. And
I say we're the #1 rated radio show in the whole country.
I got some stuff for you. You're a traffic guy, and I want to tell you a little bit about. We got the May 2013 results of collisions and DUI arrests and alcohol-involved collisions and all that stuff. In May, in Lexington, there were 127 people arrested for DUI. I would have thought more than that, really.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I know years ago it wasn't unusual to have Roy Wilson arrest 50 in a month on his own, in a month. So times that, but.
Well, and so far this year, there have been 560 through May DUI. Now, what about alcohol-involved collisions? So far this year, there have been 230. Now, we've had 2 DUI fatalities, and I've been out to those scenes. I get called to go to the traffic fatality. I was out
The other night on the one on the interstate,
right. And so there were 2 fatalities and 80 people were injured. Now, how many wrecks do you think, collisions, how many do you think have occurred so far in 2013? And this is not alcohol related. This is just collisions in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh my goodness! For the 6-month period, I would put
That's
it.
5. It's just through 5.
I would put it at 600 plus. What were we at?
Well, I'm going to tell you, so far in 2013 through May, there have been about 5,800 collisions in Lexington, Kentucky.
Not think it would be that high.
Yeah, well, there you are.
5,800 crashes.
Mm-hmm. And, well, only 814 were injury collisions.
That's a lot.
It's one of those things that we were recently, some time ago, we were called to a scene where there was somebody was hit. And in order to, and it was time to talk to the police about going and get a blood sample. And you have to assume, when you're talking about this, that the person is going to say, nope, I'm not about to give you a blood sample. So you don't. And so then what happens is you got to get a court order, and you got to set out all of the specific facts that say it's serious physical injury or death, so that a judge can read that and say, yes, this is a serious physical injury for which you can obtain blood, and signs a court order, right? And the officer said, but she just had 2 broken femurs. Turns out afterwards she had more serious, but she only has 2 broken thighs bones. And I said, yeah, well, you may not think that's serious physical injury unless it happens to you.
Yeah.
Then it becomes serious physical injury.
Of course, he was looking at the legal.
Oh, sure,
definition
that was a big deal.
What is it clear cut what the legal definition of serious physical injury is?
No.
It just varies.
No, you got to put the facts in there, and there's got to be some sort of physical impairment or long-lasting.
So if somebody breaks your nose, that your nose may be crooked forever. That could qualify something.
It could, yeah, but it's broken bones typically are not perceived as, because they'll heal and so forth and so on. But you try explaining that to somebody with a broken leg, what do you mean it's not serious? That kind of thing. And once again, I'm going to switch gears from the traffic stuff that you live and breathe, Officer Don, to the Part 1 crimes. Part 1 crimes, people don't know what Part 1 crimes are. But there are 2 types of Part 1 crimes. There's violent crime and there's property crime. Violent crime includes murder, rape, robbery, assault. Those are the violent crimes. The non-violent crimes, property crimes, are things like burglary, major theft, auto theft, arson. And Lexington has an interesting. We're really a safe community compared to others that are in our vicinity. Violent crime in May was 7% of the Part 1 crimes, and the property crimes, the burglaries, the big-time thefts, that sort of thing, constituted 93%. And you know, it's a broken record to hear me talk about this, but if we would put these repeat offenders who are committing all these property crimes, if we would incarcerate them, you know, we could really knock down the property crime, but the legislature is going to have to change that. Do you know how much money, the value of property stolen so far in 2013?
How much?
$7 million. $7 million.
And that doesn't count the damage that people do when they're stealing that property. You throw the copper thefts in there, for instance, if they steal the copper out of the air conditioner in your church or your house, that's thousands of dollars in what they call criminal mischief. You know, and the value of the copper may only be $60. That goes in that $7 million figure. We'll see you next week on In Touch.